Welcome all. Now, next point is one of the property of Z transform. The question can be like stated through differentiation in Z domain property of Z transform, or the question can be stated through multiplication by n property of Z transform. So the statement is if time domain signal is multiplied by n, time domain signal is multiplied by n, then in Z domain we have differentiation. Then in Z domain we have differentiation. Very simple statement. We are multiplying time domain signal by n, then in the domain we have differentiation. Now proof of this, that is n into x of n. So time domain signal is multiplied with n, then it has the transform minus z d by dz x of z. Okay, so this thing we have to prove. So for this proof, I will take the help of definition of the transform. So by definition of the transform, as you already know, x of z equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z raised to minus n. So this is the definition of the transform. Okay. Now, as you can see, here we have d by dz. Na? Here we have d by dz. So what I can do in the definition, I will also differentiate our x of z. So here differentiate with respect to z. So this side becomes d by dz x of z. On this side d by dz summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z raised to minus. Now I am differentiating with respect to z, and here the summation limits are for n. Here is x of n. So this term we can treat as constant and take outside. So summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity d by dz z raised to minus n. That becomes summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n. X of n is equal to x of n. Then derivative of z with z raised to minus n with respect to z. So that derivative is nothing but minus n z raised to power minus n minus n. That is derivative. Okay. So now just small adjustment. Summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity minus n x of n into here z raised to minus n minus 1. So this z raised to minus n minus 1 can be written as summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity n x of n minus n x of n into z raised to minus n dot z raised to minus 1. Okay. Then this can be written as side is d by dz x of z. Side is nothing but d by dz x of z. Okay, so almost we have proved. So now I will transfer minus sign as well as the z inverse is nothing but 1 by z. So I will transfer this z 1 by z and this minus sign to that side. So that becomes minus z d by dz. On this side I have summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity n x of n z raised to minus n. So now if I compare with the definition of the transform, on this side we have n x of n. Rest of the things are same. So that is nothing but the transform of n into x of n. So the transform of n into x of n is minus z d by dz x of n. This way we have verified the differentiation property of z transform or multiplication by n property of z transform. Quickly I will just repeat. So I have taken the help of the definition of the transform. First I have taken the definition, I have written definition of the transform, then I have differentiated with respect to z. So this summation and this x of n is nothing but constant, so I can take outside the differentiation. Then derivative of z raised to minus n is minus n, z raised to minus n minus 1. Then z raised to minus n minus 1 can be written as z raised to minus n dot z raised to minus 1. Then z raised to minus 1 is 1 by z. I will transfer this z. So it will be divided. So this z I can transfer on this side as well as I will transfer minus sign also. I am having this term, this thing, and here instead of x of n x of n is there. That means this is the transform of n x of n. Okay. So this is the proof of the differentiation in the domain property. Now next is we have seen the initial value theorem and final value theorem. So according to initial value theorem, initial value we find for the time signal. Initial value we are finding for the time signal. Initial value means x of 0. Initial value means x of 0. And final value means x of infinity. There are some formulas. Initial value formula is x of 0 equal to limit z tends to infinity x of z. Final value formula is x of infinity equal to limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 times x of z. So one question on this. Question is find initial value and final value. Find initial value and final value of x of z equal to 2z square plus 0.25 2z square plus 0.25 divided by z plus 0.25 z minus 1. Now, the first initial value x of 0 equal to first solution here initial value x of 0 equal to limit z tends to infinity x of z. Substitute the value of x of z here. Limit z tends to infinity 2z square plus 0.25 divided by I can multiply the denominator z plus 0.25 z minus 1, so that becomes z square minus z plus 0.25 z minus 0.25 z minus 0.25. Okay, that is nothing but limit z tends to infinity 2z square plus 0.25 divided by z square minus 0.75 z plus or minus 0.25. Okay, whenever the limit tends to infinity, we cannot direct go for substitution. Instead, we have to see the highest power of z and divide by that highest power. So here highest power is z square. So divide by z square. Divide by z square. Before that also you should check whether from denominator can you take z common or like that. So here you have to see the highest power of z. Highest power of z is z square. So divide by z square directly. So limit z tends to infinity 2z square divided by z square 2z square divided by z square plus 0.25 divided by z square divided by z square divided by z square minus 0.75 z divided by z square minus 0.25 divided by z square. Now substitute z value as infinity. When we are substituting the value, we don't write limit. So that becomes 2 z square cancels 2 plus 0.25 divided by infinity, infinity square is infinity, divided by 1, z square upon z square is 1, minus 0.75 divided by infinity, minus 0.25 divided by infinity. That becomes 2 plus 0 divided by 1 minus 0 minus 0. The answer is 2 by 1. So initial value is, because 0.25 upon infinity is 0. Okay, next we have to determine the final value. Next is final value. Final value formula is x of infinity equal to limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 x of z minus 1 into x of limit z tends to 1. Substitute the value of x of z from question. Z minus 1 x of z is of z is 2z square plus 0.25 divided by z plus 0.25 z minus 1. 2z square 0.25 divided by z plus 0.25 z minus 1. So here z minus 1 cancel out. Limit z tends to 1, 2z square plus 0.25 divided by z plus 0.25. Substitute the value. The limit z tends to 1. Now don't write limit. And we are substituting value, don't write limit. So 2 into 1 square, that means 2 plus 0.25 divided by 1 plus 0.25. So it is nothing but 2.25 divided by 1.25. Okay, whatever is the value, you can calculate in the calculator. So that is your answer. Okay. Now next question is in the GATE examination 2007 for 2 marks, C branch. The question is, the set transform x of z of a sequence x of n is given by, so x of z is given 0.5 upon 1 minus 2 z. Okay. It is given that region of convergence of x of z includes the unit circle. So ROC is including the unit circle. That information is provided. The value of x of 0. The first thing is that after transformation we are denoting signal by capital letter x of z, and time domain signal is denoted by small letter. Time domain signal we denote by small letter, and after transformation we denote signal by capital letter x of 0. The value of x of 0, that here it is x is small, that means we have to determine the initial value. So normal student, what he will do, he will not worry about that it is a GATE exam question. He will directly apply his approach formula, and chances are there that he may be wrong, he or she may be wrong. Okay, so if I use the formula x of 0 equal to limit z tends to 1, initial value is limit z tends to infinity x of z, that is the initial value form. That becomes limit z tends to infinity 0.5 divided by 1 minus 2 by z. So that is nothing but limit z tends to infinity 0.5 z divided by z minus 2. Then here highest power is z, so divide by z. So that becomes limit z tends to infinity 0.5 z divided by z divided by z minus 2 by z. And answer will be z cancel. So limit z tends to infinity. Now don't write limit, directly go for the substitution. This becomes 0.5 divided by 1 minus 2 by infinity. So 0.5 divided by 1 minus 0, that means 1. So 0.5 upon 1 is 0.5. And it is available in the option also. Answer is available in the option also. Okay. But if you take 0.5, then you will get negative marks, because if you get exam questions, so you must have some thought process, right? So directly if you use the formula, then we are getting this answer. But you have to think like that why they will ask such a simple question. They will not ask such a simple question, right? There must be some twist. Hmm. So now again come back to the question. What is x of z given? From question data we will analyze. Now what is x of z given? 0.5 upon 1 minus 2z inverse. That is nothing but 0.5 divided by 0.5 z divided by z minus 2. Now here, what are the possible ROCs? For ROC, we have to look at the denominator. The possible ROCs can be magnitude z greater than 2 or magnitude z less than 2. These are the two possible ROCs. Now, see here in the question, they have mentioned something. Okay. First of all, magnitude z greater than 2 will be like we are having one circle having radius 2. Radius of the circle is 2 and z greater than 2 means outside. Or ROC can be, or magnitude z less than 2 means we are having one circle having radius 2 and ROC is the inside. Okay, now see the question. It is given that ROC of x of z includes the unit circle. So in which case it is including the unit circle. This is a circle of radius 2 and this is a circle of radius 2. In which case it is including unit circle. So in case number 2, it is including a unit circle because unit circle is inside a circle of radius 2, and in case number 2 it is including the unit circle. ROC is crossing the unit circle, it is including the unit circle. So definitely for our x of z, which is nothing but 0.5 z divided by z minus 2, ROC must be magnitude z less than. ROC must be magnitude z less than. And for this, what will be its inverse? So 0.5 is a constant. 0.5 is a constant. Now what is the z transform, z inverse of z upon z minus 2? It can be 0.5 2 raised to n u of n, or it can be 0.5 is a constant 2 raised to n u of minus n minus. Now, but as from the given condition that ROC includes unit circle, so this magnitude z must be less than 2. So its z transform is this. So our time domain signal is this one. We can have two types of time domain signal, either this or this. But as per the condition given in the question, our z transform is nothing but 0.5 2 raised to n u of minus n minus 1. Then your u of minus n minus 1, graph of u of minus n minus 1 is like this. We start from minus 1 up to infinity, up to minus infinity. This is the graph of u of minus n minus 1, amplitude 1. So it will start from minus 1 up to minus infinity. Okay. Now here the value of u of minus n minus 1 is 0. At origin the value of u of minus n minus 1 is 0. And initial value, that means we have to determine the initial value x of 0. But for this signal, as your u of minus n minus 1 is not present at the origin, it starts from minus 1 up to minus infinity. So your answer for x of 0 is 0 because at origin the value is of u of minus n minus 1 is 0. So correct answer for this question is yeah, I hope you got the point. Once again I will repeat, where u of minus n minus 1, graph of u of minus n minus 1 is, it starts from minus 1, amplitude is 1, up to minus infinity. So it is 0 at the origin. So its initial value is always 0. Similarly, you can have some examples like what is x of 0? What is x of 0? Suppose if x of z is z upon z minus 3 and ROC is magnitude z less than 3. In this case, what will be your x of n? 3 raised to n u of minus n minus 1, because ROC is less, na? Whenever ROC is less than, then in that case u of minus n minus 1 will come. Whenever ROC is less, u of minus n minus 1, and here it should be minus 10. And previously also the minus sign must be there. Here minus 10. So again, u of minus n minus 1 is not present at origin. It starts from minus 1, ends on minus infinity. Starts from minus 1, ends on minus infinity. So again, the initial value is x of 0 value is 0. So for this question, x of 0 value is 0. So ROC is also important. As far as initial value, final values are